Okay, let's just dive right in. If you've ever felt like modern dating is this exhausting, unwinnable game, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you there's a hidden pattern, kind of an unconscious operating system running in the background that's the real reason it all feels so difficult? Well, today we're going to uncover it. So, here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll tackle the whole liquid courage myth. Then, we're going to explore a really powerful alternative called the slow dating strategy. After that, we'll dig deep to decode your hidden dating blueprint. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a simple 3-step action plan you can actually use. All right, let's start with a trend that's really picking up steam, especially among people like us who are searching for something real: dry dating. We've all been told that a drink helps ease the nerves. But what if that common advice is actually the very thing getting in the way of a true connection? And this quote from dating coach Connell Barrett just gets to the absolute core of it. It's such a crucial distinction. We think we're gaining courage, but what we're actually doing is just numbing our fear. The problem is that feeling is temporary. It stops you from building that genuine, earned confidence that actually sticks around long after the buzz is gone. This lays it out so clearly. On one side, you have foggy chemistry. It feels good in the moment, but it's often just masking the fact that you might not be compatible at all. But on the other side, you have a real connection. And that's what sober dating offers: a clear-headed way to see if you two actually click, which is a much safer and more practical way to start building something. So, skipping the first date drink is a great tactic, but it really points to a much bigger strategic flaw in how we date: our obsession with speed. We often treat dating like it's a race to get a relationship label. So let's explore a powerful alternative: slow dating. It's all about shifting from having an agenda to simply having an experience. So what even is slow dating? Well, at its heart, it's a mindful approach. It means you prioritize the journey of discovering a person over the destination of calling them your partner. And don't get it twisted, this isn't about being passive or indecisive. It's actually about being incredibly intentional and fully present with the person right in front of you. Here's the simple framework. First, mindfulness. Just be there, in that moment. Second, intentionality. Know what you're actually looking for in the long run. And third, and this is a big one, curiosity over conquest. Your goal isn't to win them over. It's to genuinely discover who this person is. But all this leads to the real core of our explainer. Why do we get so anxious when they don't text back immediately? Or why do some of us pull away the second things start getting real? This brings us to the psychological framework that almost no one talks about, but that explains these exact patterns: attachment theory. In simple terms, attachment theory suggests that our first relationships, usually with our parents, created a kind of blueprint for how we connect as adults. This blueprint runs unconsciously in the background, shaping our reactions to intimacy, to conflict, to everything. Now, while everyone's blueprint is unique, researchers have found that most of us fall into one of 3 main styles. As you can see, about half the population is secure. The other half is split mainly between anxious and avoidant styles. Just knowing this breakdown is key to understanding the dating pool you're actually swimming in. This table breaks it down perfectly. The anxious style fears abandonment and craves intimacy. The avoidant style fears losing their independence and can feel smothered by too much closeness. And the secure style is generally comfortable with intimacy and sees conflict as just a problem to be solved together. Look at those internal narratives. Do any of them sound a little familiar? So here's the crucial part. What happens when these styles meet? You get the infamous anxious-avoidant cycle, a dynamic that so many of us get stuck in. The anxious person's need for closeness triggers the avoidant person's need for space. That withdrawal then makes the anxious person feel abandoned, causing them to pursue even harder. It's this self-perpetuating, really frustrating loop. But recognizing these patterns isn't about blaming yourself or anyone else. It's about empowerment. Once you see the underlying logic, the why, you gain the power to interrupt the cycle and choose a different response. This is the first step toward real, lasting change. Okay, we've covered the issue with liquid courage, the strategy of slow dating, and the hidden blueprint of attachment theory. Now, let's bring it all together into a clear, doable action plan. Here's the simple version. Step 1, ditch the crutch. Just try one dry date to see what it's like to build a connection with total clarity. Step 2, set the pace. Embrace that curiosity over conquest mindset. And step 3, know your pattern. Taking time to learn about your attachment style is a true strategic advantage in dating. So now you have a completely new lens to see the dating world through. But this brings up a deeper, more subtle question. What does it actually look like, moment to moment, when someone with an avoidance style starts to pull away? How do they subconsciously create distance, maybe without even realizing it? That's exactly what we'll explore next time, the hidden world of deactivating strategies. These are the nearly invisible tactics people use to pump the brakes on intimacy. It's a fascinating and crucial piece of this puzzle. In the meantime, if this explainer resonated, share it with a friend who's navigating this wild world of modern dating. Trust me, they'll be glad you did.
If this touched your heart, please subscribe, like, and share it with your family. Save this for more meaningful content ahead.